One of my favorite stories alluded to in the Quran is the story from Surah Al-Buruj about the people of the ditch. وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ قُتِلَ أَصْحَابُ الْأُخْدُودِ النَّارِ ذَاتِ الْوَقُودِ إذ هم عليها قعود وهم على ما يفعلون بالمؤمنين شهود. Now, to explain the story of the people of the ditch, it starts with a young boy. A boy ordered by the king to learn magic and sorcery to replace the aging sorcerer of the king. Every day, as the boy would go from his village to the house of the sorcerer, along the way he would hear the melodic chanting of a monk. Now eventually the words of the monk penetrated his heart enough that he went and actually approached him and asked to be taught. So now, instead of learning sorcery under the sorcerer, he would sit with the monk and learn about the religion of the people of the book. And in order to escape interrogation about where he was, he would just tell the sorcerer when he got there late that his people kept him busy. And when he got home late, he would tell everyone the sorcerer kept him busy. And like this, he kept on studying about Deenullah. Eventually, one day when the boy's walking, he finds the people in a complete panic because a large beast had entered into the town. So he sits there and he thinks, now is my chance to see who's upon the truth. He picks up a stone and he says, "Oh Allah, if the religion of the monk is dearer to you than the sorcerer, then let this stone kill the beast." He throws the stone and in a single shot, kills the beast. Now obviously he goes back and tells the monk, and the monk's like, "Oof, even I can't do that. You're above me at this point. Listen, you're going to be tested by the people and by the king. Don't mention if they ask you about me." Now the boy goes around with the permission of Allah healing people. He gives sight back to the blind, heals the leper, heals the diseased, until eventually he actually heals one of the advisors of the king. The advisor of the king goes back to him and the king's like, "Yo dog, when did you get your vision back?" To which the guy's like, "Listen, my lord healed my vision." The king, being an idiot, was like, "I did that?" And the advisor replies, No. My lord and your lord, Allah." Now obviously the king's like, I hear that. Turns to his guards and goes, "Yeah, beat the brakes off of him until he talks." So under torture, he eventually gives up the information about the boy. So the boy is brought before the king, and the king says, "Oh boy, is it true that your sorcery has reached such levels that you can heal the blind?" And the boy says, "No, this was by the permission of my lord." The king, being an idiot again, is like, "Me? Not you. My lord, your lord, Allah." I hear that. Yeah, beat the brakes off him too. So under torture, the boy gives up the identity of the monk. So the monk is brought before the king and the king says, "Abandon your religion." To which the monk says, "Nuh-uh." So the king orders for a saw to be brought and cuts the monk in half. He then turns to the advisor and says, "Abandon the religion." The advisor says no, and so he is cut in half. And then he turns to the boy and he says, "Abandon the religion." And the boy says, "Nah." But now the king wants to make an example of him. So instead of having him cut in half, he wants to have him thrown off of a mountain. And so the soldiers of the king take him to the top of a mountain. The boy calls out saying, "Oh Allah, stop them in whatever way you wish." Yeah, and so all the king's soldiers somehow die. The kid walks down and he's like, yeah, I'm alive. So this time the king says, "Take him to the middle of the ocean and dump him out unless he leaves the religion." Yeah, you know how well that went. The kid goes out to the ocean, a wave comes, kills all the soldiers, he washes up on shore and it's like, I'm alive. So now before the king can come up with another stupid way of trying to unalive him, the kid's like, "Listen, let me tell you how to execute me. Let me put you on game. What you're going to do is get all of the people together, take my quiver and say out loud, 'In the name of Allah, the Lord of the boy,' and then fire the arrow." So the king does that, the arrow strikes the boy in the head, everyone sees, and everyone becomes Muslim because they just saw that saying Bismillah is the only thing that worked. And so in a final act of rage, the king had everyone in the town executed by burning them in a ditch of fire. Hence Allah calls them in Surah Al-Buruj the companions of the ditch.